At this stage, before continuing with the visa process, we know how long the prospective student wants to study, where and what they want to study, that they meet all the visa requirements, and above all, they have gathered all the necessary documentation. So, the next step is to formalize the visa application. Where do I apply for a student visa to study in Spain? At the General Consulate of Spain that corresponds to the applicant's geographical area, or directly at the Foreign Office in Valencia if you're planning to study at Hispania, escuela de español. It is very important to note that we refer to the General Consulate. Why? Because the network of consulates around the world also has a network of honorary vice-consulates in different countries. These vice-consulates only provide information and just carry out certain tasks. It is only possible to apply for a student visa at the General Consulate. Some countries do not have general consulates, and applicants have to travel hundreds or even thousands of kilometers to apply for a visa. For example, students from Seychelles must fly to Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, or those from Gambia must travel to Dakar in Senegal to apply for a visa. It is also important to note that a consulate is not the same as an embassy. In every country in which Spain has institutional representation, there's an embassy, but there may be multiple consulates. Student visas correspond to the consulates and, within the consulates, to the head of visas. Another thing is that in some cities, the embassy may include the consulate, and they may be in the same building, but they are usually separate. With all the documents ready, the applicant will need to make an appointment at the consulate to submit their application. Be careful, because each consulate works in a different way, and the student will have to find this out beforehand. Something common to all countries is that obligatorily the submission of the documentation must be made in person. It is possible that after submitting the documentation, before a decision is made, the consulate may require the applicant to attend an interview. In cases where the applicant has accredited Spanish qualification or has presented a letter of acceptance to undergraduate or master's studies, it is very likely that the interview will be conducted in Spanish. How long will it take to receive the outcome of the decision? Depending on the consulate, it can take from a few weeks to several months for decisions to be made. If the consulate has a large backlog of appointments, it is likely that the decision will be further delayed. If we are talking about the Foreign Office in Valencia, where we are located, the average waiting time is between 2 and 3 months. We are sure that everything will run smoothly, and once you get a favorable outcome, you can collect your passport, which will include the visa.